Hey there everybody, PTPOP here with all four lobes of my brain securely bound behind my back. And today I'm going to analyze and discuss Dial America documentary. Stay tuned. When I worked at Dial America, the guy sitting across from me was an older guy with gray hair, chubby, wearing a flannel shirt, and he reeked of bourbon. One of my subscribers, Ro the Evil, suggested I comment on Dial America's video titled Dial America Documentary. Thanks, Ro. Or should I call you Mr. Evil? When I worked at Dial America, the guy sitting across from me was an older guy with gray hair, chubby, wearing a flannel shirt, and he reeked of bourbon. I want you to pay special attention to how it's edited, who you think the target audience is, the kind of music they use, and what you think their overall message is. Because I think what they're trying to do here is I think they're trying to communicate more to a corporate client who might be considering using Dial America for their call center needs. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure this is more designed towards some guy sitting in a big penthouse office, a CEO. It's going, you know what? Let's hire Dial America. Hey, Bill, get me Gene on the line. Let's hire Dial America to do all of our outsourcing for our call centers. Good idea there, Bill. So I think that's what it's about here. Take note that the music in here is upbeat. It's happy. Think of the audience, the framing, because all this is edited and designed to manipulate whoever they're targeting or who they want to watch this video. They're trying to get business. They're trying to seduce them. They're trying to make potential employees think that it's a really, really snazzy outfit to work for. And notice that everyone in this video is dressed in corporate attire. One thing I forgot to remember, this video is 10 years old. So dress codes were a little bit different back then. Now I think everything is casual, but everybody in this video is dressed in business corporate attire, which is a shirt and tie, long dresses, reasonable female shoes, you know, low heel, things like that. And so we'll go on here. Okay, let me start the video here.
The magic of the call center are really the people that are here.
Everybody come.
The magic of the call center is really the people that are here. Now think of all the call centers you've worked in. If you worked in a call center, I have never seen people working in a call center that are this well dressed ever, anywhere. Never. And so they're, you know, maybe they did this at Dial America. When I worked at Dial America, the guy sitting across from me was an older guy with gray hair, chubby, wearing a flannel shirt, and he reeked of bourbon. Swear to God. The guy to my left was American, but he'd talk on the phone with a British accent. He'd go, "Hello, love. I'd like to sell you a subscription to Playboy magazine so your husband can wank off." He didn't say things like that, but it was just like that. People talking weird voices, people that reeked of bourbon. Odd, just really odd. So I'll continue here.
And literally cares about each other person. They care about your success.
If people have questions, I mean,
they care about your success. Oh my gosh, they care.
you only need to turn to the agent next to you to ask that question, and they'll help you out if they know the answers.
That you can turn to the rep sitting next to you. And no one's got time to talk when you're on the phone. There's enough time to answer your questions. That's such bullshit. So we'll continue here.
I have the benefit of having clients come in And they all say, wow, this environment feels really good. You can tell, you can see.
Oh no. Now this is the part I'm really having a hard time with this video. This is why I have a hard time with this part of the video.
This environment feels really good. You can tell.
They're beating a black man. They're beating a black man in Dial America. I'm just kidding. Hey, smack the black man. It's all white guys. Well, there's a black lady. They're smacking a black man too. But they're just having fun. Everybody's having fun. Hey, you want to have fun at Dial America? Come. You can smack on people. It's a whole lot of fun at Dial America. I guess it's better than this.
Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries?
Actually, I think working at Dial America is a step below. It's a step below fast food.
To do is to listen very keenly to what their prospect is telling them and answer appropriately.
It's important that they're actively listening, that they're engaged in their conversations, that every conversation is conscious to meet the needs of the consumer as well as the client.
Let's go back to that. What is that on the board behind her? Action. Sell yourself. How? Get them at hello. Sell the company. Put customers in glad. What is glad? Glad that they called. Sell the product, price, time to buy. How to make it sound simple, easy, and fair. And be assumptive. Assume the sale. That's what assumptive means. Action number 4, overcome objections. How? Listen, relate, resell. Listen, go, oh, I can appreciate how you feel, ma'am. However, you consider that if you get Playboy magazine, your husband will be entertained at night while you're fast asleep. Action number 5, secure the sale. How? Verbatim confirmation. So I understand you want that subscription of Playboy magazine so your husband can wank off at night. You got it, man. For just $14.99 a month, you can have all the naked nudies your husband could ever desire. I just wanted to point that out to you. I don't know what they're looking at. I know what they're looking at there on the screen. Let's see if we can go back and look at it.
Is conscious to meet the needs of the consumer.
Whether you are making a call or taking a call, your greeting plays a huge role in this. We never get a second chance to make a good first impression. Now, they're implying in this segment of the video that this is training for a rep, just a regular person like me or you on the phone. And the problem I'm having with this is when I worked at Dial America here in Cleveland, there was no training. There really was no training. They put us in a room that looked vaguely like that, but it was a dimly lit room, hardly any lights on. They just took a couple of us in there and said, okay, here's the script. Here's what you're going to do. Just go start taking calls. It was nothing like this. So I forgot to mention that this video is, they're videoing this. The call centers used for this video for Dial America are in Mahwah, New Jersey. This is in the comments of this video. It's in Mahwah, New Jersey, Athens, Georgia, and Oak Brook, Illinois. Now, the building I was in for Dial America, it was like on the first floor of like a 10-floor building on the west side of Cleveland. And there was mostly call center. There was a break room, and then there was like a little training room, and they never used the training room. They would just bring people in, give them a few pointers, give them the script, say, go do it. You know, that was pretty much it. There was hardly ever any training, is what I'm trying to say here.
As well as the client.
What we've seen with the training staff in Dial America that we utilize is they very clearly understand what we want to accomplish, why we want to accomplish it, and what's the best way for that agent to learn so they can accomplish their first day taking calls.
We try to become the client themselves, and the clients.
We try to become the client themselves. How do you become the client themselves? Oh my. They try to become the client themselves. How do you do that? That's kind of odd, kind of bizarre, kind of freaky. I think what he's saying, though, is that when a customer calls into Playboy magazine call center and they think they're going to get customer service from the Playboy staff, so to speak, they don't want the customer to know they're really talking to a schmuck on the west side of Cleveland. They want to think they're talking to somebody at Dial America or at Playboy out in Los Angeles or Hollywood or wherever Playboy is. So I think what they're trying to say here is they want it to appear seamless. So if a customer is calling into Playboy magazine to re-up their subscription, they want the customer to believe that they're talking actually to a Playboy staff headquartered out in Los Angeles or in Hollywood, wherever Playboy was or is. They don't want them to know they're actually talking to a fat schmuck that reeks of bourbon sitting on the west side of Cleveland. They want it to appear seamless. They don't want to have any idea that you're Dial America. And they have good reason, because if somebody goes, Dial America, because I remember when you answered the phones out there, you could never say you were with Dial America. You had to pretend you were with whatever magazine. You had to pretend you were with whatever company. Let's continue with the video, shall we?
Employees.
We sort of coined the term as though it's thin sourcing. But when you do business with
Thin sourcing? Thin sourcing. Thin sourcing is when you do business with Dial America, you're not necessarily outsourcing your business, but Dial America is handling it for you. We're so close to this business that it almost is as though it's being done in-house. That's what she's going to say here, and that's what I'm just saying. Thin sourcing is just a made-up word that they probably throw at a potential client who wants to hire their call center to take their calls for them. Hey, we're going to do something called thin sourcing. Your clients will never know they're not talking to clients of Playboy. They're when they're really talking to somebody from Dial America.
Dial America, you're not necessarily outsourcing your business, but Dial America's handling it for you. We're so close to your business that it's almost as though it's being done in-house.
It starts with the client.
It's so much crap. Any company that hires Dial America and believes this shit that they give them should have their heads examined. Because there is absolutely no way in the world somebody like me that gets hired by Dial America to take calls for some company is going to have any way of being so well educated on their product that when they call in, they're going to be so satisfied, because it's impossible to know an entire company's catalog of products, especially because Dial America handles multiple products, not just one or two.
Interaction. We don't just start a program and say, give us some leads and let's start calling. We preface that with usually a month or so in advance having conversations.
I think this guy combs his hair with a broom. I'm pretty sure of it.
With the client.
We sit down and leverage over 50 years of experience.
Now notice here, this is definitely aimed at the corporate client, because they're at a network chart here, and the guy in this screen back here this guy is sitting in front of he's in the equipment room of a switch for the network, with all the different switching and routers and things for the network. This is all Ethernet cables and that connect one router to another, a switch to a router, things like that. So what they're going to do here is they're going to try to impress people with this video by showing them that they have these wonderful IT people working around the clock to make sure their networks are stable and up all the time.
Down and leverage over 50 years of experience in the contact center field with their
Now look at this.
core competencies for whatever
what they're looking at here. Now this is a network schematic, and this is a diagram showing the OSI layer 3 network layer, and they've got the Cisco router. This is a Cisco 4SO L3 level. There's different layers in the network layer. I think there's 8 or 9 layers in the OSI model. And this is a Cisco 4SO L32 router. And they've got it connecting to a Cisco 3845. And the Cisco 4SO L3 is a switch. This is a switch, I'm sorry. This is the 4SO L3 switch. And these are just basically devices that transfer packets of data. And I think they're both out. I think the Cisco 3845 isn't even in use anymore. It's an old piece of equipment. Plus, this video is 10 years old. But they're trying to show people, hey, look, we got top line people here doing this stuff for you. We're going to keep our network up. We're resourceful. There's redundancy built into it, the whole thing, to make them think they'll never have any outages.
Doing, and we build a custom solution that specifically meets their needs.
Now, this must be their network administrative room, showing the network outages and things like that, showing the traffic and where there's congestion, where there's not congestion, where there's, where things are flowing.
Approach to account management. We work with our clients very closely to develop strategy, consult with them, listen to their needs, understand their...
They probably do this. They probably do sit down with clients and the other clients' IT staff and their call center staff and say, hey, this is, and the client says to them, this is what we need. We need a call center that's going to be around this amount of time. We need this much bandwidth. We need, so we have to figure out some way that your system can connect to our system. But I don't think Dial America's system is that advanced. I don't think they are. I don't think you can really tap into like Bank of America's computer system. I don't think they're that advanced from what I remember. I don't think we even had computers.
Coaching the agents.
Coaching. Oh, now watch this. Smiling. She's beaming ear to ear. She's more than happy to come over and help the African American man because they're diverse. Remember, all these videos have one thing in common. They want you to have fun. They want you to think it's a nice environment. And they want to push diversity. Hey. And this one, they're pushing not only that, but they're pushing the fact that they're professional. Look, they're all got ties, shirts on, they're smiling, they're beaming, they've got nice clothes, they're clean. And I never saw this once in Dial America's call center. But look at this supervisor. She's coming over. Hey, I've been glad to help you out.
Our clients that we've been in business with for a long time.
She might have her hand on his back. Sexual harassment to a black man. Oh, I wouldn't get that close to him, ma'am. You're going to get sued.
They know the agents have been on their program for years and years and years, and they're a valuable commodity. They touch their customers every day. So they want to come have focus groups, and they want to talk to these people about...
I mean, this is definitely higher echelon, upper echelon people that work at Dial America. And they definitely do have meetings like this. I'm sure they get together with their clients and say, hey, how's it going? How do you like our service? And they say, well, you're good or you're bad, or you need to improve here, or we're not getting you're not handling the calls quick enough and our customers are unhappy, or your clients or your customer service reps aren't educated enough in our product line, things like that. They probably have all these meetings. This is probably all real. I don't know if these are real people, but that's what they really do.
Say about us that they really enjoy working with us is the fact that the level of services they get in our facilities is the same.
See, they're pushing diversity here again, which is fine, but it's just so like, okay, can you kind of, all these corporations, they're mortified that they're not meeting the EEO regs and the civil rights regs and whatever they're called. I can't remember all the regulations that they live by, but it's more than apparent that okay, we get it. You hire black people. Hooray!
Or even higher than they would get if they were doing it in-house. And that's...
Somebody get this guy a hairstylist. I mean, I know his hair is that way intentionally, Well, come on, ladies. If there's any ladies out there, do you look at a guy like that and go, damn, I got to go out with him. He's a man.
It's kind of what sets Dial apart.
And see, they're pushing family values here. He's got the baseball and the helmet in the background. He's an athlete. That's a softball. I'm sorry, that's not a baseball. And the family, he's got his kids there. Yay, he's a good man. He doesn't know how to comb his hair, but he's got a family. I don't want to pick on them too much because, you know, they are what they are. There's really not much more you can do. You can't really do much about it, you know. Dial America, from what I remember of them, was a crappy company. I was very disappointed, but it was a desperation move on my part to take the job. I needed something, and I took it, and I was there for 2 weeks, and I just resigned. It was so awful. And so these videos I try to show you, I try to clue you in on how corporations try to manipulate you, both as an employee and as a potential client. But the point I'm trying to make is you're manipulated all the time in these videos. These are all propaganda. These are all highly polished marketing videos that try to schmooze somebody, whether it's a corporate client or the regular person. Dial America, from what I saw of it here in Cleveland, was nothing like this. It was absolute garbage and trash. And that's why I have such a hard time with these videos. So that's just what these videos are about. They're just there to try to manipulate people with fancy editing, with positive, upbeat music, with all kinds of things like that to try to get you to believe that their company is better than another company. So there you have it. You like my video, give me the thumbs up. Thumbs up the snooter. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.